Hello, this is the second part of a two-part series on complementary and alternative medicine. And today we're going to be talking about traditional medicine. Now, traditional medicine is defined by the World Health Organization as the sum total of all the knowledge, skills, and practices based on theory, belief, and experience indigenous to a culture, whether explicable or not, that is used in the maintenance of health or the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of mental or physical illness. That is a mouthful. So let me simply say that traditional medicine is that system of medicine that is passed from generation to generation in a given culture to treat their illnesses. Now let us start by examining a few familiar forms of traditional medicine. Acupuncture, as we know, is that form of medicine in which the practitioner uses needles to stimulate specific points of areas in the body that supposedly run in or over meridians. They claim there are 12 meridians in the body, and that by stimulating these points in the body, they open up these meridians or channels to assist the flow of qi, which is that vital energy, that vital life force that Chinese traditional medical practitioners believe in. Now, apart from acupuncture, the rest of the traditional Chinese system involves many other types of treatments. They have herbal treatments, they have massages, they have diets, they have activities such as Tai Chi and Qigong and what have you. Now, the important thing is that the Chinese practitioners believe in yin and yang. And yin and yang are two forces that they believe are in balance when our bodies are healthy. And that when the balance is lost, we become sick, we become ill. So Chinese traditional medical practitioners aim to bring yin and yang back into balance so that qi, the vital life force, can flow freely in the body. Now, we also have Ayurveda, which is the Indian form of traditional medicine. And Ayurveda started over 2,000 years ago in India, and since then it has survived. Even today there are practitioners in Ayurveda. The word Ayurveda means the science of life, and this particular system has a philosophy that the mind, the body, and the soul, the spirit, are all linked together in promoting and continuing and elevating and preserving our health and our well-being. Ayurvedic practitioners use herbal treatments, they use massages, special diets, and they have special breathing techniques. Now, another form of traditional medicine that is found in India is known as Unani. The word Unani is an Arab word meaning Greek, because this system of medicine was imported into India from Greece during the 8th century. It is based on the teachings of famous Greek physicians such as Hippocrates and Galen. And Hippocrates had proposed that there were 4 humors in the body. And in order for us to be in a state of health, these 4 humors had to be in balance. The 4 humors were the blood, the phlegm, black bile, and yellow bile. Unani practitioners also believe that there are 4 minerals that pervade the universe and that are found in our bodies as well, and which need to be in a state of balance for us to be able to enjoy good health. These were water, earth, air, and fire. And so the Unani practitioners utilize herbs, massages, diets, meditation. They have breathing techniques such as those found in yoga that they use to get these elements, these humors into balance and to restore health in their patients. Now, Unani practitioners in India attend university and they spend 4 years at college and are conferred a Bachelor of Sciences degree in Unani medicine upon completion of their tenure at the university. And it is widespread, and some practitioners, conventional medicine practitioners, attend Unani schools as well. So Unani is well established in India and it's a popular form of traditional medicine. The Japanese Kampo is a form of traditional medicine that is based on the traditional Chinese medicine. And because of that, there are many similarities between the Japanese traditional medicine and Chinese traditional medicine in that they use herbs, they use pressure techniques, manipulations, special diets. Kampo is now growing in popularity in Japan. In fact, Kampo pharmacies are springing up all over Japan, and as are Kampo restaurants. Now, let me say a few words about naturopathy. Naturopathy is the European form of traditional medicine that is a combination of traditional medicine that existed in the mid-19th century in Europe and popular healthcare practices that existed at the time. It incorporates some Chinese medicine, some Chinese techniques, and such techniques as massages and certain diets. It also encompasses herbal treatments, purgings, cleansings, body cleansings, and hydrotherapies. So this is a form of traditional medicine that has survived over the centuries and has now become popular in Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. Now, what are some of the complementary and alternative medical systems that exist today? And right away, chiropractic care comes to mind because this is very popular. And chiropractic care, as we know, is a form of alternative medicine in which the practitioner uses their hands to manipulate the spine of the patient and to so-called align the spine in such a way that they believe it improves the body's natural ability to heal itself. Now, Iridology is another form of complementary diagnostic system that was invented by Ignaz Petzeli, a Hungarian physician, back in 1893. And apparently he was he found a bird that was injured, and when he examined the eyes of the bird, he found that there were markings on the iris that disappeared when the bird recovered from the injury. And he concluded that there was a connection between the organs of the body and certain areas of the iris. He thought there was a mapping on the iris of the organs of the body. And he proposed that this system could be used as a system of diagnosis for disease, because if there was a change in a particular area of the iris, that would signify that an organ was failing or an organ was diseased in some way. Now, homeopathy is the form of alternative medicine that follows the maxim of like treats like. And it was invented by Samuel Hahnemann in 1803, and homeopathy is performed by mixing substances that cause the symptoms that the practitioner is trying to rid the patient of. So the very same substances that cause the symptoms are used in mixtures that are given to the patient to cure them of their condition. Homeopathy is still pretty popular around the world, and it continues to grow like the other branches of complementary medicine. Now, our practitioners trained in their disciplines. Well, while we were talking about Unani, if you recall, I mentioned that Unani practitioners in India are required to go to a 4-year college, a 4-year university, and receive a degree in Unani medicine upon completion of the college. Chiropractors in the United States, in all 50 states, are also licensed and are required to complete chiropractic school, which is about 4 years, in order to receive their license. Acupuncturists are licensed in certain states, and they too undergo 2 to 3 years of training prior to receiving their license. Naturopaths are licensed in some states, and some naturopaths have 4 years of training, of university training. So, is complementary and alternative medicine safe? Well, most practitioners advertise their services and promote their services as being natural, and many people equate natural with harmless. This is not necessarily the case. We just have to think of cases of herbs that are poisonous, such as hemlock, or mushrooms that are poisonous. These are natural products, but they're not harmless. Or some medications that are prepared in homeopathy contain mercury and arsenic, which we know are poisonous. Chiropractic care has resulted in injury to patients in the past. Chiropractors have been known to cause strokes, and chiropractors have caused dissection of the vertebral artery, which is a tearing of the artery which can result in bleeding into the tissues and in strokes in some circumstances. Acupuncture itself has resulted in infections in the skin, bleeding into the skin, which most of the time is superficial, but it has also resulted in serious infections such as bacterial endocarditis, which is a seeding of the lining of the heart with bacteria through the use of unsterilized dirty needles. Acupuncture has also resulted in pneumothoraces, sometimes fatal. A pneumothorax is a collapse of the lung, and pneumothoraces can occur if the practitioner inadvertently punctures the lung and causes the lung to collapse. So as we can see, natural does not necessarily mean harmless, and patients should be aware of this. So which of these modalities is better? Which one should you choose if you're looking for care, you're looking to take care of yourself and you want to stay healthy? Are you going to choose a complementary form of care, or are you going to choose conventional care? Well, I believe that decision is up to the patient, and the patient must know if a system, if a modality works for them, then it works, and that is okay. However, we need to bear in mind that in order to make an accurate decision, in order to make a decision that will not cause us harm, we have to have all the information we need to make an informed decision. And for that reason, it is important for practitioners, both conventional and complementary, to inform their patients on the pros and cons of each procedure. Are there any unforeseen adverse events that can occur? Are there any adverse complications that can occur with either procedure? These are things that patients need to know. Once a patient has this information, then they can make informed decisions and choose the appropriate method of care that suits them best. Thank you for watching, and leave your comments below. I will reply to them.